Yo, welcome back. It is now OSDT time. Um, very, very soon this year because, haha, VGC players said they didn't want to play during Worlds, SMH. Okay, so for those of you who are unaware, this is the biggest DOU tournament of the year, and I'm sure you are all aware, so I did not need to provide that context. But Round 1 just got posted, and I'm joined by Ray and Schister to give a prediction of the tour because why not have a little bit of fun with it?
By
Do a
popular
quick
demand.
Yep, exactly. And we will first do like a quick little recap of OSDT's history, and then why you do not want to win this tournament because you'll get banned. And then we'll do a prediction of who will make top cut because why not add a little bit of spice? And we will be totally wrong. I expect to be like more than 50% wrong on that, but it'll be funny. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so first of all, who has won OSDT? So the first year, a couple years back, I believe it was literally just a single elimination tournament bracket, um, as opposed to now, which is Swiss. But as you can see here, Nito won the tour. Did Had a really good run. Honestly, I think I looked at like the people he played. It was like a really good run. Um, but yeah, he will be playing in this tournament. Honestly, someone I would predict to make a top cut, but we'll see. Um, then the next year, we had the largest OSDT in history with I think almost 500, yeah, 454 signups or something. Wait, where did it go? Yeah. And it all came down to it, and the person who won wasn't even a doubles player, and then he got banned. Let's go. So yeah,
I mean, at least OSDT 3's winner didn't get banned yet.
yeah, for real. And then last year, one of our friends, Faye, he won because he's just that good. And instead of getting banned, he decided to quit. So, we take those. So the only person who's won OSD2 who will be playing in this tour is Nito. Um, so yeah, that's the quick brief overview. Last year had a really good finish between XQ and Faye. XQ is playing in this tour. Yeah, should be a lot of fun. Um, yeah. Any thoughts, Schister or Ray?
Hmm.
W.
No, nothing in particular.
Fair enough. Let's see. So, I guess first we'll look at round one. There's a couple really good matches here. One of them has been pointed out by many people. SMB versus XQ. This is a very highlight matchup. XQ, like I said, second last year. One of my favorites to go really far in this tour. And then SMB, arguably the most prolific DOU player of all time. So, that's one. That one will probably be casted if it's at a reasonable time. People pointed out other good games. Let's see. Hold on, I need to pull up the list. Let's go. We have Hugo versus Kunal. That'll be a good one. Shade Kirby, 3-2-1, or whatever the hell the numbers are. Let's see. This will be a good one. Let's see. I think, yeah, this is really interesting. I bet Hugo's not going to prepare. I say this every time, so maybe he'll prepare at some point. But actually, no. This week he'll win because he'll build a team, and he'll just use that one team for the rest of the tour. That's my prediction. Okay, let's see what else is there. Star versus Fran. That's a good one. Star mostly a singles player, but plays SSDOU pretty well. I'm not sure how much he's played like SV, but it should still be good. And Fran, all-time doubles player as well, won circuit a few years back. Other ones people pointed out to me in the casting Discord. Waffle versus Zeal, two decent players who both had good, solid performances in the last couple of team tours. Yeah, this should be good. Yeah. Any thoughts? Any matchups I missed there?
I mean, one that catches my eye is Genesis versus Other Guilds.
Oh, that should be good, yeah. Yeah, Genesis, solid player, and Ovigilt also good. Recently won World Cup, doubles World Cup with Latam, so pretty competent player here.
That should be a fairly even matchup. Another one that caught my eye was Spell versus Enzo Nana. It should just prove to be interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if I've actually ever seen Spell play DRU, but I know for sure Enzo Nana is going to bring something really funny if he plays. I'm going to get an angry reaction from Enzo Nana for that one if he watches the video.
It's okay because he missed his game today
Let's go.
in DPL.
That's the GOAT. He's just built different. It was calculated. He knew Waffle was going to win.
You knew Waffle was going to win the speed tie with Deoxys.
Let's go. But yeah. Oh, also, I guess we should cover the metagame at the moment. DOU's in a bit of an interesting position right now. Fluttermane has just been banned like a week ago. People are still kind of adjusting to not having a fairy type that OHKOs everyone in the tier. But we've seen a decent amount of development over the course of the last week, mostly because of DPL. Any thoughts you noticed, or anything you noticed, Schister? I know you're probably paying decent attention.
I've noticed a decent pull between some players that are trying to go much bulkier and people who are trying to stay rigid with offensive structures. There's new POW teams that I've seen people bringing up. Size spam teams are continuing to evolve because large consensus is that Deoxys attack is by far the biggest threat in the tier. I don't entirely agree, but that's a different discussion. And if a few interesting Goldango setup teams, like we have Nasty Plot Goldango sample from Bagel that was added today that has a decently offensive slant between having a Bandit Arcanine and Chimpao and Goldango as the win condition. So people are still running fairly offensive teams, or at least attempting to make that the forefront of the metagame, but I have noticed a rise in some bulkier stuff too. Arcalodon has been a bit of a menace on some teams lately. Rain is very strong right now, and Fanroom is back as a sample, owing to its outstanding bulkiness into most of the metagame now.
Yeah, the fan room is actually absurdly annoying. I got totally destroyed by fan game the other day, mostly because I had 3 Pokemon weak to ground and he had 2 ground types, but this is a very solid team. I actually think this might be the best sample because nothing can really KO Kira. I'm not gonna lie. But
I certainly had fun running it today.
Yeah, it was a good game, yeah. Well piloted. It's a funny team. Yeah, I think Goldango really helped by the removal of Flutter. With Goldango before, it was always like really good, but like you couldn't really justify it on like as many teams as you maybe could have without Flutter because there was a better Ghost type most of the time, and it also just like happened to get blown up by Flutter, and it couldn't run its best Terra Dragon because it would just get blown up by Flutter anyway. So yeah, I'm very interested to see where the metagame goes. Last OSDT, we had like a lot of bulkier stuff, especially towards the beginning, but especially later on, we really started to get that more offensive leaning that kind of was a trend that carried on for a while across DLC 1 and DLC 2 before we banned Flutter. Banning Flutter has kind of like reset the tier back to that like initial state of like very slower, like much slower, bulkier teams, but that's kind of like the way it usually is in DOU. We'll see, like, it'll probably get a little bit more offensive as people figure out, like, the right kind of offense to run. But yeah, that's something I'm looking forward to seeing how that plays out. Yeah.
Certainly seems like that's where people are trying to keep the metagame developed with the matches that I've seen in DPL and the teams that are running around on ladder.
Yeah. So, yeah. There's an ESM had a really interesting team this week that I thought was really funny because it was like only made possible by the Flutter ban. brought an old VGC team that has Freemarina, Magmar, and Latios. Most of this team is in DUU or below, and he won. So yeah, lots of interesting meta shakeups here. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how the metagame shakes out, as well as, obviously, the player storyline. And so that's what we'll get now. First, we'll try to figure out who we think will top cut, and then once we do that, we will try to predict the winner. And if we are right, it will be really funny, and if we are wrong, forget we made this video. Okay. So, who do we think are locks for making top cut? I think, my predictions, I think JRL is going to top cut because of this buy. This buy he really needed that buy, you know? Obviously not. But, JRL, just the first name I see here, I think it's, like, very, very unlikely he doesn't make top cut, just judging by, his history with this tour. So I'm going to write him down here. This 1 seed, because I'm lazy.
We have a few other choices such as SMB and Bagel, which are fairly easy to put up there just for their overall competence with the tier. They shouldn't
That's
have
fair.
that much of an issue piloting through a developing metagame.
Yeah. I'm not sure if SMB... I don't think he cut last year. Let's see if he cut the year before that. Let's see. Nope, not last year. Okay, yeah, the year before that, he made top 32 before getting trolled by Crunchman. Probably got hacked. Oh man, this one didn't really age well, did it? But yeah, I think I'll put SMB down for sure. Safe picks here. This is only really going to get hard when we get to the other people. Let's see. Who else do we think?
Yet out of the 5 people that we know are probably always gonna make it.
Actuarially.
Oh yeah, Act's a good one. I think Michael Derbest is going to cut. He cut last year. Let's see.
Oh, he's playing this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Michael, if I saw, was actually #1 rated overall on Smogon with the conglomerate ranking that a couple of people worked on. There was a big post that went circulating this week.
That was an interesting one, yeah. Well, obviously, if like one of the top players on Smogon got second at Worlds, I would be very surprised to not see him cut. If it depends, I mean, obviously, it depends on like how much he like tries. But I'm also putting Zom down. Zom cut last year. I have no doubt he will cut again because he's just that good. He will probably be passed teams by Z or someone else, but he will win anyway. Okay. Just scrolling down here. Oh, QSNS. That's like. Let's see. Okay, I'll put Nito down as well. Let's see.
Nito and Rat Packer right after, I would say, are both very capable at building right now.
Rat Packer. Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna leave all of us off of this. Well, obviously I'm not playing, but like, I think it's more interesting if we like don't put ourselves in it. I think.
Frankly, I would doubt that most.
Did we put ESM yet?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. If ESM doesn't drop by round 5, he will make top cut.
Thinking ESM. I would say Keanu, but he is currently preoccupied with other things, so. Depends on
Yeah.
whether he wants to shift his focus for the next like couple months.
My guess is no, but we'll see. If we have space at the end, I'll put him. Okay, let's see. I put Bagel. Akaru, I'll put Akaru. Let's go. Akaru
Yeah,
made
Akaru.
the marathon push last
Akaru
year from
had-
like 0-2 to top cut.
He took me down in the process.
I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of these people.
Did we get Voltix?
Ninja Snapple.
Oh, Voltix.
Diva,
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's
Z.
see. Oh yeah, Z. Let's see. This is like basically last year, part 2. Okay. That's an interesting one. First round, yeah. I'll put Tio down. Actually, no, I'm not gonna put. Okay, I'll put Tio down, but I also know there's a high likelihood he drops by like round 4. So even if he's like 4-0, he'll drop. He might drop. Oh, Sempra. I'll put Sempra down. Very elite BGC player. Madara will cut. Second, a couple years ago.
I think Onwood too. Like, I mean, still considering like their recent play.
Yeah. I'm gonna predict my
There's
guy.
a lot of VGC players.
Let's see.
Do you want to put Zeal on this list? They've been doing pretty damn good in DPO.
Yeah, Zeal's a good one. I will come back. I'm just looking at Oh, XQ. Did I put XQ down? I don't think I did. Let's see.
You did not. You also don't have Lemuro on here.
Oh yeah, Lower. I didn't get to him. Let's see. Lemuro is a pretty safe choice based on performance in the last couple of OSDTs. Let's see. I'm gonna predict Cloud winner. I believe.
He believes.
Oh, I got Act. Zern as well. Zern is like pretty safe prediction here. Red Zone. Will bro try? I'll leave that one in the air.
We'll get back to that.
Yoda. I'll put Yoda. Yeah, Yoda's a really safe pick for this. Got top 8 last year, amongst other.
What's it? Not next. If we're being real.
Who'd you say?
Zeal.
Oh yeah, it's you. I forgot to.
We're also missing Raph.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Oh, Jello. I'll predict Jello. Let's go. Gaming. Raph. Okay, now we'll get to the interesting part. We have 8 more slots to fill. Go back to the top here. Now we have to get to like who was close last year, or who I think could like pull off an upset. I think Poppy Loco is a pretty good one. Poppy Loco is a good one. Oh, Penter. I would put Penter. Let's go. That's the goat.
Penter will certainly take wins against less likely opponents.
Yeah.
And Poppy Loco has been having a fantastic DPL showing.
Yeah.
One of the only 4-0 players.
Oh, paraplegic. I missed paraplegic. So, okay. Okay, 5 more.
Wrath?
Got Raph. Let's
We
see.
did? Okay.
Yeah. Dad One's a good player. I don't know like how much SV he has played. Oh, Iceberg. I'll put Iceberg. Iceberg and
You
Shima.
want to put
Those
Tenzai?
are. That's a good one. Let's see. Tenzai's a good one. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'll put Tenzai.
You want to know
Okay.
what my slightly out there pick is?
Go right now.
I think Fan Game is primed to make it.
It's time.
He's been very dedicated to actually playing the game lately, and
That's the
his
goat.
team is very strong right now.
What are you
I
gonna
feel
do
very
against Fan
reasonable.
Game when you can't CT him, bro? It's over. You can't CT him anymore.
I feel like the only way you could see him is with like Fan.
Bro, even Fan, he's got like Ursaluna now. It's over.
True.
There's better ways than Sand to beat it.
Oh man, there's a lot of names here. I didn't even put Red Zone. I put Red Zone last. Let's see. Another funny pick. Let's see. Or not funny, just like
Railgun.
oh, I forgot Railgun. You know what? I'm gonna snub him just for the memes. I think he'll cut, but I'm gonna snub him for the content.
Watch him win OSDT.
What the hell? Roy Dadu signed up for this?
Who is that? Where?
He's the guy who does the leak sheet for like everything.
What's the
The
name?
leak sheet that we were using. Roy Duo. ROI.
Oh. Oh, okay, interesting.
I didn't know this guy played.
It's
I thought
interesting.
he just did leaks.
Bro, that NPC, what a name. What do we think? Is this guy top cutting? This person, I should say.
He's got the buy. They have the buy diff.
Buy diff?
It might be rigged.
I mean, if we want to talk about like dumb usernames, I mean, come on, my match is just sad.
The career ended. I'm gonna predict Shade Kirby. I think Shade Kirby is gonna make a really deep run this one. Let's see.
I can accept this.
Let's go. Okay. Okay. Bracket. Let's go. Okay, what do I do? Do I just like start the tournament? Let's go. High quality. Okay. Now that we have our entirely fake bracket, we will now do predictions on said fake bracket to figure out who is going to win OSDT. Alright, round one.
As you can tell, this is the most foolproof strategy to figuring out how OSDT will end.
Bro, now we just... No. We do this 1,000 times, randomly generating it, and then we find the average. Not just kidding. No, we're too lazy to do that. Okay, that's one. JRL versus Shane Kirby 3-2-1. Who do we have?
I
We're
feel like
in an
I feel
imaginary
like most of
metagame.
the players that we listed JRL would win again.
Let's go. Okay. Chris Numbers versus XQ. Yes, I put Chris Numbers in here because he's just that guy when it comes to OSDT. But then Chris is gonna forget his Smogon password, and that's over. Nino Rush versus Poppy Loco. I'm gonna go Nino. There's like no logic here.
That's an unfortunate matchup.
Rat Packer versus Raph. Who we got? Instead imaginary metagame.
I feel like this one really comes down to like a matchup fish.
Probably. I will go with Raph.
Do we flip a coin?
Because I think Rat Packer, instead of imaginary metagame, might he might dial up the heat a little bit too much. And then Raph is gonna bring Deancey, and Deancey is gonna get like 4 Diamond Storm boosts, and he's gonna win the game. Actuarially versus Shima. This is an interesting one. I think Shima is low-key one of my picks to do really well on this tour. Okay.
I would say Act because I've been blessed with the ability to see how Act is building right now. And I don't know if I want to bet against Act.
Fair enough. I'll give the edge to Act then. Oop. Tio versus Zern. Zern is just that guy. Michael Derbest 2 versus Iceberg 77. DOU main. Not biased.
DOU main.
Oh, let's
like
go.
DOU main versus one of the best.
I will follow my heart, not my mind.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Z versus Yoda.
I feel like this one's hard because I don't think we've
This one's
seen
hard.
Yoda do a lot of SV still.
Not recently, no. He got really far in OSDT last year. And then you had to buy for an entire month.
If I recall correctly, early on SV, they banned Flutter quickly, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we can try taking inspiration off of that, maybe?
Okay, in the no Flutter metagame last time, Yoda won the only tournament.
Music is looping and it's gonna drive me insane.
Okay, my bad. Do you want me to, like, change it? Let's see.
Yeah.
Classical music's getting too much for him.
It's not that it's classical music, it's like a 2-minute loop.
Yeah, it's probably
it's mostly just...
It's 4 minutes. Let's see.
And it's mostly just turns as well, which is what's worse.
Since we're a little limited here. Here, have more turns. But in last time, in one of the only tournaments of the no Flutter era, Yoda did win the ladder tour, so I will give the edge to Yoda, based solely on your guys' logic. If this is wrong, it's your fault. Instead of imaginary matchup. Bagel versus fan
this
game.
Imaginary situation where I gave imaginary logic to an imaginary matchup. I didn't say anything.
Let's go. Bagel versus fan game 10. You know what?
I'm not gonna speak.
Fan game is gonna bring back He's gonna bring back Gen 6 Fanroom. And somehow he's gonna make Mega Ursaluna this time. So yeah. I think it's an imaginary situation. Fanroom looks really strong into the metagame. So, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm trolling Bagel right now. I'm disrespecting
It's
Bagel.
hard for this one as well because like I feel like when people start really picking up on just like what he's able to do, I feel like people are going to start building more and more specifically for his teams.
If there was 3 people on this list that I would expect Fangame to get a double freeze on, it would be Bagel, JRL, and Shima. And I can't
Why?
explain the reasoning, it's just how I feel.
Okay, we take those. Alright, sorry Bagel, but you're gonna get eliminated to a quadruple freeze in top 32. Better luck next year. Okay. Madara versus Lemuro. Madara in individual tournaments was kind of cracked. However,
Lemur is also going to crack in best of 3 sets though.
I think I will go with Madara because he's made it slightly farther in the last couple of OSTTs, I think. Oh, actually, no. I don't know if Madara cut last year. Let's see. Flip a coin. Let's go. It's tails. We're going with Lemuro. QS&S versus Penter. We have the opportunity for a funny here. You know what? I don't think QS&S is prepared for the Penter heat. But then
Penter brings Samurott Hisui and it's all over.
Penter brings Samurott Hisui and Cleaver into 6 Rock Weeks and wins. However, he misses his Ceaseless Edges and his Stone Axes, so QS&S actually wins the set. Alright, Eternal Snowman versus Sir Geloton. Oh man. Set imaginary bracket is really coming up with some bangers here.
This one's so hard because like would he be invested at this? Would he still be invested at this point?
Eternal Snowman focuses all his effort onto winning the LA Regional. However, Jello inexplicably misses the time, so ESN gets the act win.
No, he gets the coin flip win.
Oh man. SMB versus Tensai, bro. This is so scripted. What the hell? Okay. I will go with SMB here. This is the most unserious prediction I've ever done in my life. None of these predictions are probably
more serious.
None of these predictions are well reasoned. All right, Sepra versus Loudwinner. DOU players are just better. What can I say? Okay, Zob versus Paraplegic.
You can be totally serious for this one.
Totally serious? I think Zob is probably going to pull up with a more real team instead of imaginary metagame. So I will go with Zob. But you never know. Akaru versus Zeal. I've actually really been liking the way Zeal has been playing, so I'll give the edge to Zeal. Okay. The JRL versus XQ, a rematch of last year, I think? Yeah, I think so. XQ won last year. However, he wins again because, he pulls up with Lilligant Torkoal Sun and hits all his sleep powders, and it's just over, Okay. Nidorus versus Raph. I think Nidorus is one of my favorites to go really far in this tour, so I will be more serious with this one. However, if this actually happened, this would be a really good matchup. Okay. Actuarially versus Zern. Zern is honestly low-key looks unbeatable right now. Actually, that's not true. He's 2-2. But he lost both those games because he misclicked, so I don't know, man. I will go with Zern.
Zern will be.
The one problem is that misclicks are quite literally a skill issue.
That's crazy. But it's true. They are a skill issue. All right, Yoda versus Iceberg. You know what? I don't think we ever saw Yoda in Star Wars on an ice planet, so I will go with Iceberg. You know, if we can pick freezes, he doesn't have. Yoda's like 2,798 years old, so he doesn't have very good resistance to the cold. So yeah, Iceberg just takes it. Okay,
I mean, yeah, he spent most of like the past like 20 years just on a swamp.
let's go. The swamp freezes over. It's over. Okay, Fan Game versus Libero. Fan Room all the way. Or no, I'm Fan Room all the way. Let's go. Triple freeze right now. QSNS versus Eternal Snowman. Oh man, this is crazy.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Hmm.
Even if
I'll be real. I feel like this one is only gonna be like, who gets hacked first?
Maybe.
who gets crit by the U-turn first?
I'll go QSNS because in this timeline, ESM is totally focused on winning LA regionals in like 3 weeks from when this game will happen. Okay. SMB versus Loudwinner. You know what? I'll go with SMB. Just because in this imaginary timeline, SMB is actually trying in SB. Okay. Zom versus Zeal. This is an interesting one. I tend to like the team Zom brings more. Or at least last year in OSDT. Okay. Although Zeal, again, playing very well right now. Okay, we
If
have
Zeal
our...
were to theoretically make it to top 32, they would be continuing that streak of playing very, very well.
I guess, yeah. But, you know, gotta have some drama. Okay. Let's see.
Imaginary drama.
Exactly.
Anyone upset by this video is imaginary. They don't exist.
Let's go.
None of these plays exist. It's all in your head.
You know, actually, the people who top cut for this tour are actually just going to be the last 32 people who signed up. So none of them have any badges, and they all joined yesterday. So yeah, sorry guys. Better luck next year. Okay. XQ versus Nito. There's no way this bracket returned like the matchups from last year. There's no way this just happened.
It's fate.
I think I will go. Nito is someone who tends to like scout heavily. However, XQ, I don't think he's exactly the most predictable builder of all time. So
I don't think you can scout XQ.
yeah, so I'm gonna give the edge to XQ. Okay, Zerd versus Iceberg. You know, we just have to have XQ versus Zerd because I think having X versus X when they're like the only two people whose names start with X in the entire tournament is kind of funny. And also, Zerd, I'm predicting to do very well in this tour. Okay. Fan Game versus QSNS. This is a rematch. Fan Game pulls up with some fan room jank and gets 5 freezes.
Fan Game pulls up with Dondozo and QS doesn't have a way to break it.
This is a rematch of Kickoff. Fan Game actually did really well at that set, so clearly he will win every time he plays QSNS in the future. This is 100% serious and not sarcasm, but also 5 freezes. Okay. SMB versus Zom. Who we got? I think I'll go with SMB here. What'd you say, Schister?
I feel like SMB might be just a bit too much for Zom's ability to sight read a team.
We'll go with Zom. The people have spoken.
The people being just me.
Yep, let's go. Concern. Okay, now we could be serious, right, guys? If anyone can scout XQ, it's Lunar plus Zern, who I will guess is helping Zern in this imaginary metagame, in this imaginary tournament, with this imaginary bracket. So, I will predict Zern in this imaginary match. Okay. Fan game versus Zom.
In this timeline, at this point, randomly, a Tyranitar team appears in VGC, and Fan Game is disintegrated on the spot in this matchup.
Oh yeah, no. Yeah. So this matchup actually coincides with the LA Regional Championships in this imaginary timeline. And so, in this imaginary timeline, ESM brings Tyranitar plus Komodo for like the 5th time. And for some reason, this latest variation has a 100-0 matchup in the fan game. And so Z tells Zom to bring said T-Tar team all 4 games. All 4 games. Yes, all 4. Because game 1, they forget to save the replay because Fog Tours crashes. Let's see. Yes, I will go with Zom here. It's the most scuffed video of all time. Okay. Alright, so in our imaginary finals, we have Zerd versus Zom. Predictions right now.
This is double bleak win.
That's crazy. In true VGC player fashion. This is... You see, we have 2 players here who both just steal teams. Let's go. Actually, Zerd might not just steal teams. This is total slander. But, like, you know. Yeah, I'll go Zerd here. Let's go. Alright. Congratulations to Zerd for winning the real OSDT of this year. And congratulations to us for making the most safe, boring prediction of all time. We should have predicted fan game, guys. Come on now. Bro, imagine you're in top cut, and then fan game pulls up, and he just like freezes you 5 times, and it's just over. Your run ends like that. How do you feel?
I will create my own gimmick team at that point.
Let's go.
If I go against fan game, I'm just gonna bring in like the most ridiculously stupid team of like NFEs. Nice.
Is there a way to take a screenshot of this bracket? Let's see.
You might have to use Control Minus to zoom out.
Yeah, probably. High quality bracket.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sure you're
Oh,
snipping.
now the ads are covering the bottom of the bracket.
Okay, I got the screenshot. We take those. Let's see. Yep. Should be a fun tour. Kind of a lighthearted video, but thought we'd just mess around with the new tour that just came out.
We didn't have DPL to do tonight.
Yep, because someone didn't submit their lineups, and it was not me this time, so I can be mad about it.
Let's go!
But yeah, expect streams of this tour soon. TM. Yeah. Thanks for watching. GG.